In the last episode, paradise was lost. The serpent whispered, Eve reached for the fruit, and Adam ate beside her. Their eyes were opened to shame and fear. God pronounced curses on the serpent, on the woman, and on the man. Cherubim with flaming swords now guard the way back to Eden. But life continues outside the garden. Adam and Eve become husband and wife in a world of thorns and toil. And in time, Eve conceives and gives birth to a son. She names him Cain, saying, With the help of the Lord I have brought forth a man. Later, she gives birth to another son, Abel. The two brothers grow up in the same home, under the same sky, but they choose different paths. Abel becomes a keeper of flocks. Cain works the soil. In the course of time, both brothers bring offerings to the Lord. Cain brings some of the fruits of the soil. Abel brings fat portions from some of the firstborn of his flock. The Lord looks with favor on Abel and his offering. But on Cain and his offering, he does not look with favor. The Bible does not explain exactly why one is accepted and the other is not. Perhaps Abel brought his best, and Cain brought only some. Perhaps the difference was in the heart, not the hands. Whatever the reason, the outcome is clear. Cain is furious. His face is downcast. The Lord speaks to him. Why are you angry? Why is your face downcast? If you do what is right, will you not be accepted? But if you do not do what is right, sin is crouching at your door. It desires to have you, but you must rule over it. This is the first time the word sin appears in the Bible. It is described not as an abstract concept, but as a predator, crouching, waiting, hungry. And Cain has a choice. But instead of mastering his anger, he lets it master him. Cain says to his brother Abel, Let us go out to the field. And while they are in the field, Cain attacks his brother Abel and kills him. No warning, no argument recorded, just violence. The first human born into the world becomes the first murderer. The blood of the second human soaks into the cursed ground. Then the Lord says to Cain, Where is your brother Abel? Cain answers, I do not know. Am I my brother's keeper? A lie and a deflection. He knows exactly where Abel is. But instead of confession, he offers contempt. The Lord says, What have you done? Listen, your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. Now you are under a curse and driven from the ground, which opened its mouth to receive your brother's blood from your hand. When you work the ground, it will no longer yield its crops for you. You will be a restless wanderer on the earth. The ground that Cain worked will now reject him. The farmer becomes a fugitive. Cain cries out, My punishment is more than I can bear. Today you are driving me from the land, and I will be hidden from your presence. I will be a restless wanderer on the earth, and whoever finds me will kill me. The Lord responds, Not so. Anyone who kills Cain will suffer vengeance 7 times over. Then the Lord puts a mark on Cain so that no one who finds him will kill him. Even in judgment, there is a strange mercy. Cain is not struck down. He is allowed to live, marked and protected, but far from the presence of the Lord. Cain goes out from the Lord's presence and settles in the land of Nod, east of Eden. He builds a city. He has descendants. His line produces tent dwellers and herders, musicians and metal workers. But a shadow hangs over his legacy. One of his descendants, Lamech, boasts to his wives, I have killed a man for wounding me, a young man for injuring me. If Cain is avenged 7 times, then Lamech 77 times. Violence is not diminishing. It is multiplying. Meanwhile, Adam and Eve have another son. They name him Seth, saying, God has granted me another child in place of Abel since Cain killed him. Seth has a son named Enosh, and it is at this time that people begin to call on the name of the Lord. Two lines now stretch forward from Adam. One carries the mark of Cain, spiraling deeper into violence and pride. The other carries a flicker of hope, a line that calls out to God. The story of Cain and Abel is not just about two brothers. It is about the human condition after Eden. Sin is no longer a single act in a garden. It is a force that crouches at every door, waiting to devour. And every person must choose whether to rule over it or be ruled by it. Thank you for listening to this episode about Cain and Abel. If this retelling of Genesis chapter 4 stirred something in you, please consider subscribing and sharing this video with others. In the next episode, we will trace the descendants of Adam through generations of long lives and mounting wickedness, until God looks upon the earth and sees that it is time for something drastic. The flood is coming.